Okay, we are on the south side of the garage. This is the electric meter bank. This is your meter right here. The top left meter right there. And that's your email address. That's your address right here to the unit. Okay, out here, I know this is beyond the scope of this inspection. This is the community standards, but our conduits have been buried, okay, about a third of the way up. So accessing them, they're there for a purpose, so you can get to the wires. So somebody's going to be going through this pretty rough dirt right in here, almost asphalt, to get to those things. We're moving on along. Coming inside of here. On the other side, this is the garage south wall. This is the electric load center. We do not have a main principal for this, because our main principal is over here. Okay, you need to know how this works. Okay, it's 200 amps. South, we're at the back, opposite of the front. And this is the electric load center. We've got paint overspray inside of here. Okay, that continues on to the bus bar. Okay, I got overspray in here on the lighting service panel bus bar. We've got white hots. They should be painted black. L1 and L2 coming into the structure. This should have protective, non-conductive covers. I've seen them cellulose like a cardboard, or rubber like neoprene. We should have our protective boots on here, and our aluminum connections as per the Texas Real Estate Commission. We should have antioxidant paste on these. As per an electrician, it's probably not necessary. Probably get vetoed. Okay, but Texas Real Estate Commission says that I gotta call out the absence of antioxidant paste on aluminum connections inside of the cabinet. So I will. These are AFCIs. We got AFCIs in most of the appropriate locations. If this home was built this morning and it wasn't, we'd have AFCI connections on a lot of these others. This is a lockout for the water heater. You can turn this off and lock it so that you can work on the water heater without being electrocuted. We should also have one for the kitchen range, and we don't have one for the kitchen range. And the clothes dryer should be GFCI protected. Receptacle should be GFCI protected. So there's that. So what else, bud? Oh, I'm not even through yet. Come on. We should not have a gap between the cabinet and the wall more than 1/16 of an inch. You see, this dead front cover is supposed to fit flush to this cabinet, seals it up. If there's a meltdown in this cabinet and you've got a gap like this, then the fire can run up through here. You shouldn't have had gaps like that. Oh, bud, that's hard to do. Well, they didn't have any problem monitoring your baseboard, getting the windows in flush. Okay, lots of places we didn't have those kinds of problems, but now we got them here. Huh. Okay. You through yet? Oh. So all this is handwriting. See where it says danger? That's labeling. Printing, excuse me. The cabinet manufacturer and the International Residential Code thinks that this information should have been printed, not handwritten. Okay? I don't even know what a HIG is. H-I-G. What is that? How do you know? It's not printed. I don't know. It should be printed like it says QOC42UF. What? Is that what it says? This cabinet has been recalled by the manufacturer. Now, that being said, there's two solutions to this. We can replace the cabinet, have it replaced, where the manufacturer will pay to have an electrician come in and retorque these and make it safe as per the manufacturer, and there'd be a little green or an orange dot inside of here with some initials and a date on it, so that anybody, the next time when you're selling the house, inspector comes in, he sees the dot there and he sees the dot in there, he knows that an electrician came in and made this cabinet safe. Until that happens, this cabinet is not safe. Replacing is an option, and a more expensive option, but an economical option is to have an electrician just come in and he puts this little torque wrench on there and he puts everything to factory spec, because that's what the recall is about. Is some of these screws, bolts, were not tightened properly inside of the cabinet. This is our UFR, okay, and that's our electric grounding, and in a home like this, it's probably our electric bonding as well. And at this point, we're getting towards, almost towards commercial. But I can look over here off of this bar, I can see this ground wire. We've got a single ground. We've got a single ground. By today's standards, you'd have two grounds within 6 feet of each other. You'd have duplicity in the grounding. That's a safety device. But they decided to add on to it. This home doesn't have that. So what do we learn? We learned that we've got a single ground. We learned that our UFR, our bonding location, is not labeled inside of the cabinet, and that could be handwritten. We learned that our cabinet has been recalled. We learned that this has been handwritten instead of printed. We learned that our cabinet has more than 1/8 of an inch gap. We learned that we got paint inside of the cabinet, combustible wood shavings inside of the cabinet. We learned that L1 and L2 are not covered by protective booties. We learned that our clothes dryer is not GSCI protected. We didn't have a lockout like this. We do not have one for our kitchen range. We learned that we got some white hots and need some black tape on that. So that is our electric party.